Grant, your thoughts on that one this afternoon?
You know something, I actually felt a wee bit like Tuesday night on a reverse. Port Vale were really, really good for 30 minutes. I thought we started the game well. And then we went away from what we set out to do. You know, we didn't show enough bravery to get on the ball. We kept kicking it long. We didn't win enough second balls. We give them too many free kicks, which they're dangerous at, set plays. We give them too many throw-ins, long throws. We give them too many corners. But what we did is we stuck in there, you know, and we kept it at 0-0 to half time. And I was pleased with how resolute the boys were to keep it at 0-0 half time, because we could easily have gone in maybe 1 or 2-0 down. Although we had a couple of half chances ourselves where we should do better with in the first 10-15 minutes, but credit to Darren and his team there in the first half. They freshened their team up. They had 7 changes in their team. We didn't. We had 1 really. So whether that was a factor or not, I don't know. But we regrouped. We made a couple of changes at half time, which I felt, you know, helped us. Nothing against Jay and Jack. They looked tired. They looked leggy. They'd played a lot of games. Jay's not long back from an injury. And Maxie and Matty added a spark to us. Maxie and Matty, added a sort of a spark to us. We got on top. We got on the ball more. George got on the ball more. We looked more calmer and cleaner, and we scored a fantastic goal. Brilliant goal. I think it was Glenn that pulled it back, and excellent, you know, to see Bales arriving and like I said to them at half time, to score goals you got to show composure. And Bale showed that to put us 1-0 up and ultimately win us a game.
You say in the first half it looked like we were really struggling to find any space out there, but the second completely different. Just a case of tempo.
But you know what it is? It's 2 teams that's been together now for a while with the same manager. So it was always going to be a little bit of a chess match. They know us, we know them. I felt, you know, when you're coming to Port Vale, and we've seen them, I came here to watch them against Cardiff, and they overran Cardiff for the whole game. And we're lucky not to win the game. Today they overran us for 30 minutes in the first half. I thought second half we got better and we got more in control of the game. And listen, to win away from home, sometimes it's not going to be the prettiest. And you've seen it last season, some of the 1-0 and 2-0 wins that we won away from home. We're going to need that this year again to keep ourselves around the mix.
For all the balls that did come into the box, there were only a couple of occasions in that first half when there were real big chances for them, with Timmy making a good save. I thought they were going to score off the initial one. Humphreys hit the bar, and then the second phase, Timmy's dealt with a lot of the crosses, has come into the box, looked really calm in his play. But what was pleasing, it was a different type of win today. You know, when we win games, we're always talking about how good we've been. Today we weren't at our best. I think everyone can see that. But we've come away with a 1-0 win, and I'm hoping that's a sign of a good team. We said that on a few occasions last season as well, but obviously a step up in level. To see that you're able to still do that and win in different ways, be pleasing for you.
Yes, and obviously look, it's against the team that came up with us last year. So we know that it was going to be a really tough game. We know each other well. Played against them 3 times last year, I think, twice in the league and 1 in the cup. Both teams have strengthened. Both teams have got a lot of familiarity in terms of their style and their setup. So it was always going to be a tough game here today. It's always tough at Port Vale. It is, you know. And like I say, I came here and watched them against Cardiff on the opening night of the season. I thought they were really good. Again, they overpowered Cardiff in terms of the set plays and long throws and things like that, and they did that to us for 30 minutes, but we stood firm. Apart from one first contact where Humphreys hit the bar, I think we stood firm in a lot of it, and we got ourselves in at 0-0, which gives us a chance to go and win the game.
It'll surprise a few people, a couple of defensive changes at half time making a big difference, but is it just that bit of extra energy that sets the tempo throughout the team?
Jack and Jay have put in excellent performances and shifts for the last 3 or 4 games, and you know, it was always in my mind getting into this game today, do we need to make more than just one change? Because it's a massive pitch, you know, and the boys have put an outstanding shift in for the past few weeks, Saturday, Tuesdays, and we go again on Tuesday. So we'll freshen the group up. That was in my mind as well, knowing that I'll freshen the group up on Tuesday. Today was about getting in, getting out with the 3 points. We've done that. We weren't at our best, but you know, it's going to happen probably more times this season where we need to stay strong and not concede when we're not at our best.
Owen Bailey arriving late again to put that ball in the back of the net. Is that sort of one of the plus sides of him being back in midfield, those type of runs that he does make.
Yeah, and he didn't make probably enough of them in the first half, and I said to him at half time, to him and Harry, come on, you need to make more runs off Bill, who I thought was excellent, by the way. You know, for 39 years of age, to lead the line like he did today for 94 minutes was outstanding. I think he's answered a lot of critics, and maybe not critics, but I think he's answered a lot of people today. Can Billy last a full 90 minutes? He's just gone 4 games in a row, I think. And he's looked better and fitter and stronger in every single game. I thought he had scored from the corner. Lovely little run, glancing header. But I thought Billy showed his leadership skills there today, particularly late in the game as well. And he's playing against a really good centre half in Cameron Humphreys. And I thought he'd give him a really good game.
It was mentioned in press in the build-up to this one, bounce back ability and the power of this team to recover from defeats and not let it become a bit of a run. You've done that again.
Yeah, we never mentioned that before the game, Liam. It was never about a reaction or a bounce back ability, like they say on Soccer AM, wherever it was, flipping 20 years ago. It was never about that. It was about just getting back to get back to winning ways, really. That was it. It wasn't about, we need to bounce back from Tuesday, because I was really pleased with the performance, but like I said during the week, I don't want to be a team that has a top performance and lose. I think we'd take a poor performance and win every day of the week, wouldn't we? Anyone, any manager, any football club would. But look, I guess it's about getting the happy medium, the medium where we can be better than what we showed today and win the game more comprehensively. But we've got the job done.